Hello everyone and welcome back to DMG. Whoops. Bad camera angle. I bought a tiny CRT. This is a 5-inch CRT. I got this from eBay for about $5. Little black and white 5-inch tube, 480i resolution. So that is 640 by 480 at 60 hertz. There are a lot of these little portable TVs out there, but this one has video input, and a lot of them are just TV antenna. So on the back here we've got, looks like external antenna probably, then audio in, mono, speakers over here, video in, and then, you know, the CRT adjustment things that are really hard to turn. And then we have power input because it has a massive power brick. This side we've got tuning for the TV and radio, volume, a little battery door to hold the however many huge batteries it takes. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 C cells. So yeah. And apparently the estimated battery life on these are like only a couple hours. But I didn't buy it to use it on battery. I bought it to use it at my desk. So let's check out what that looks like. Alright, so I bought some adapters so I could hook it up to my PC. I'm going to do that right now. Just go ahead and turn it on. Then here are the cables. This is power. That just goes into the back. Video in. And then the 1-channel audio in. And then speaker cable. In case I wanted to test it with speakers, but probably won't. I'm gonna wait for the PC to boot, and I'll turn it on. Tube will probably take a couple minutes to warm up. Ah, there we go. We've got a little, oh, the camera can't see it very well. We've got a little no signal message. I guess that's just from the HDMI upscaler. Because I bought an HDMI upscaler to be able to use it with my GTX 980, which obviously does not have analog video out. Okay, we've got a message on the screen that says NTSC. Oh, that's so cute. It's my desktop, but tiny. Alright, I'm gonna just bring the camera a little closer. So, sorry that it's a bit out of focus, but you can, you know, you can make out stuff on it. Next desktop background, that's gonna change that. That is adorable. Okay, I'll just turn it back this way. I'll just set it down in a drawer, the camera, and you know, just aim it at the CRT. I've got the camera set to a lower frame rate than usual so that hopefully there will be less flickering on this little display, because often a lower frame rate helps with CRT flicker. Alright, so first, oh, there's my cursor. So actually, I'm gonna plug that speaker cable in because there's a lot of hum and buzz coming from the internal speaker. Okay, good, that made it quiet. I just won't turn the speakers on. Okay, so it defaulted to 800 by 600. And, yeah, so Windows seems to be recognizing it. Maybe if I just drag files around on it and stuff. I'm gonna try loading a web page. LinusTechTips.com. That's hilarious. Okay, here, I'm gonna pause the recording and refocus it really quickly. Okay, yeah, the camera is having a bit of trouble focusing. But, I mean, the text looks a lot clearer than it looks on the camera. Like, in person. Okay, I'm gonna try my game that I love playing. The DMG bench. Wait for that to load up. Another reason I love this game is that you can set it to go on a certain display. So I'll set it to just launch on display 3. We can see a little scan line, but that's really just only on the camera. Sorry, let me just stabilize this. Alright, who's ready for a playthrough of Name Your Game? Why does this actually not look terrible? Like, I was expecting this to look horrible. I mean, of course it's not an optimal experience, but I was expecting it to just like... Wow. I feel like I got this for $15. I feel like that was a pretty good deal. Why did I buy it, you ask? Well, it just seemed cool to have a tiny little tube on my desk. Bonk. I actually spent more on adapter cables to connect it to my modern PC than I did on the TV itself. That was about $20. What is shooting me? Oh, hello. Okay, so like, flickering things don't show up too well. Obviously because there's not much color depth in black and white. Bonk. Oh, this is cool. I never thought the day would come when I said, wow, I really love enjoying playing games on Windows 10 on a black and white CRT, but the main problem is it's really hard to see the crosshair. But I think that has more to do with my horrible eyesight and the small size of the screen. Alright, so actually not bad. I mean, you can see what's going on. Next thing I want to do, I'll play a video. How about one of my own? Okay, yeah, that actually, I mean, I can make out that there's an SSD and there's a fan. Oh my god, looking through the viewfinder of the camera, like my big finger, my whole hand can cover, oh, just my hand can cover the, that's hilarious. Let's see, what else can it do? Let's up the ante. Let's try Minecraft. How about that? Yeah, I'm gonna just, oh no. Obviously, this isn't ideal, as I said earlier, but it's more of a fun idea. Full screen. It's a bit hard because of, you know, the curve of the bezel. A lot of things, like the edge of the screen, is cut off. Okay, let's see if I can get it a bit more level. Okay, that's a bit better. Let's see. The Hive. I'll play like a mini game or something. How about that? Now, what I'm really surprised is that things aren't showing up as like really muddy, because Windows 10 isn't meant to be used with a black and white monitor. In fact, Windows 98 is not supposed to be used with the monochrome display. And, I mean, if you were using Windows with a monochrome display back in the day, it would have been like an amber phosphor or like a green, not just like a black and white like a TV would have been. Okay, so we're, this TV definitely has some pretty weak phosphor. So, like, if you look at something bright, the whole screen just dims, because it has to reproduce that super bright shade. I'm a god at this minigame, but that's on a color monitor. So, I think these are the red blocks. This is hilarious. Well, if I die, I do truly have a good excuse. I'm playing on a black and white display. Oh. I was expecting this to be a lot less clear. Like, oh man. I was expecting this to be a lot less clear, but I can actually make out, like, the edges of things very well. Much better than I thought I would be able to. Oh no, that is not ice. I thought that was ice. Okay, if I get top 5, everyone watching this video has to, never mind, has to buy me a color CRT. I finished 3rd place! Let's go. Okay, obviously that's not good enough then. What can we try? I don't just need a... Oh, wait. No, I'm just gonna turn off my other 2 monitors. Alright, Subnautica. A game with a lot of colors that are around the same shade, and a lot of varying brightness levels. Sorry, you're gonna hear my GPU fan ramping up. Superclock GTX 980 just having a bit of trouble. But yeah, this game has a lot of similar shades that probably won't come across well in black and white. Like, the edges of the smoke are looking pretty muddy. I'm guessing on a bigger screen it would look fine, but you know. It's also difficult because I'm having to look at it at an angle. But actually, I'm very impressed with what this thing can do. Mostly impressed that it's not just a flickery mess. Wow. Oh. Oh. Okay, so once you go underwater, I guess because, you know, it's all blue, so I can't see more than the Subnautica equivalent of probably about 5 feet. No, I'd call it almost 2 meters, actually. I'll just be generous. Okay, so Subnautica is definitely a no. Wait, is it nighttime or daytime? Okay, that looks like the moon. I think it's nighttime. There's the aurora. Ironically, the most clear thing is splashing in and out of the water. And the water itself is pretty clear, because, you know, it's got the white highlights on top of the waves. I mean... it's decent. I'm gonna wait for daytime to see if that improves my life at all. But while we're waiting, I want to say something that intrigues me. The date of manufacture on the bottom of this unit is 05. 2005. The fact that they were still making black and white CRTs in 2005. Yeah, LCD existed, but it was very expensive. Apparently these weren't much more than $15 when they came out. Like, brand new. However, it's just very interesting to see, you know, something this low-tech made so recently. We're getting a bit of tearing. I don't know if it's coming across well, but it's actually tearing on the scan line. Okay, yeah, it looks like our sky is brightening a bit. We can see some, like, edges on the horizon, and the waves do look more defined. So I think I'll go back into the water. Oh, that is much better. Detecting trend is constant with damage to the Aurora's drive core. Okay, it was going too fast for me to read text that small, but I mean, it was legible. Okay, so this is, oh, crap. So yeah, definitely don't count on swimming around at night. If you really want to play Subnautica on a black and white tiny display. My GPU, I mean, if you've got a really weak graphics card, you could probably max out every game at 640 by 480. But actually, this is 1440p downscaled to that resolution, so it's still rendering at a high resolution, which is why the game still looks decent. Okay, so see what I mean? So if you look at something light, like the sky, and then look at something dark, like the whole brightness changes. So basically, let me explain that. So there's like a total amount of brightness that the tube can emit. So if you're looking at something white, like, oh, how about a task manager window? But when you start dragging it down, it gets a bit brighter, drag it back up, it gets dimmer. So, you know. If you can see that. Anyway, that's it for Subnautica. Okay, this is starting to hurt my eyes to just stare at it. And again, it looks a little worse on the camera. But my eyesight, again, isn't great in the first place, and then having to read text on this display. Ooh. I didn't talk about the built-in radio, but, ooh, let's go! Yeah, I know what the imposter is. Did they add, like, new buttons or something? Sorry, I have not played Mogus in a long time. Okay, it's really hard to see where I'm going. It's because of the scrolling, the way that the display curves. It just looks really weird. I'll go to the brig. Okay, I can't see which button is kill. I think it's this one, because it's got the cooldown, you know? Oh, I can just vent instead of opening the... Okay. Ah, crap. Why does it say it's my first kill? I have played Among Us before. Why do you gotta press buttons to vent now? I swear they made Among Us less fun. But yeah, the scrolling effect on the CRT is just weird. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. That's it for this video, and see you next time. If you want, I could do more videos on this thing, like, I don't know, playing PS1 games on it or something. But, yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you everyone for watching. See you next time.